Hi everyone, in this video we're going to discuss about divisibility rules. So still with civil service exam review on numerical ability. I-discuss pa natin dito sa video na to kung paano ba malalaman kung isang number ay divisible by a certain number. So yung pong mga rules na i-discuss natin dito on divisibility rules. So, divisibility rules. A number is divisible by 2. Ito yung first rule natin. Divisible daw by 2 if the last digit is even number. Okay? So, take into consideration, meron tayong example dito, 13,204. What is the last digit of 13,204? It is 4. Diba? Is 4 an even number? Yes. So, therefore, since 4, yung last digit ng 13,204 is an even number, then therefore, this number is divisible by 2. Okay? So, anything that ends sa even number, so for example, it ends in 2, kasama na si 4, ends in 4, ends in 6, ends in 8. Okay? These are even numbers, and therefore, all numbers na ang last digit nila ends in 2, 4, 6, 8 ay divisible by 2. Okay? So, isama na din natin si 0. Okay? Kahit si 0 ay hindi siya even number, divisible din po siya by 2 kung 0 yung last digit natin. Okay? So, yan po ang first rule natin on divisibility para malaman natin kung ang number ay divisible by 2. So, all you have to do is look at the last digit. Titignan nyo kung yung last digit ba ay even number. Kung ito ay odd number, therefore, that number is not divisible by 2. Okay, hindi natin madidivide. May remainder at may remainder yon kapag ang last digit ng number ay odd number. So, kung even number, yes, that number is divisible by 2. Okay, so yan yung first rule natin. Next is ang second rule natin for 3. Okay, rule naman natin sa 3. Paano mo malalaman kung ang number ay divisible by 3? Ito yung condition niya. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Okay? So kung may 3 digits ka, i-add mo yung tatlong digits at titignan mo yung result, yung sum. Kung yung sum niya is divisible by 3, therefore, that particular number is also divisible by 3. So kahit ilang numbers pa yan, say for example, meron kang numbers na 6 na numbers, 9 na numbers, okay? So i-add mo lahat yung digits na yon. Okay, so yung digits ng number na yon, then if that is divisible by 3, then therefore that number is divisible by 3. Okay, so in this example, meron tayong example 201. So ano yung mga digits of 201? We have 2, i-add mo, plus 0. Okay, ilagay lang natin si 0. Okay, sa ngayon wala siyang value. For example, kung may value yan siya, isama natin yan. Okay, so plus 1. So adding all the digits. The sum of the digits, okay, anong sum dito natin? 2 plus 0 plus 1 is equals to 3. So, ang sum daw, i-check mo yung sum kung divisible ba siya by 3. So, since 3 is divisible by itself by 3, in which the answer is 1 without any remainder, then therefore, 201 is divisible by 3. So, pag yun yung mga numbers, say for example, meron tayong 300. Okay, so if 300 yung given, kung i-add mo yan, okay, so 3 plus 0, 0, okay, alam mo naman that is equal to 3 also. That 3 is divisible by 6. Example, you also have 600. You add all the digits, 6 plus 0 equals 6. So you check, is 6 divisible by 3? Yes, because when you divide 6 by 3, that will give you 2, and there is no remainder. So therefore, 6 is divisible by 3, then therefore, your 600 is also divisible by 3. Okay? So yan pang yung rule natin for 3. Number 3. Paano malalaman kung ang number ay divisible by 3? All you have to do, i-add nyo yung lahat ng digits ng number na yon. And kung ano man ang sagot nyo, when you added all the digits, kung yung sagot natin, yung sum natin, ay divisible by 3, then therefore, the given number is also divisible by 3. Okay? So that is the rule for 3 on divisibility. So let's check about 4. So, ang condition naman 4, sa 4, to be able to find out if ang number is divisible by 4, ito naman yung condition. If the last 2 digits is a multiple of 4. Okay? So, kung ang last 2 digits ba daw ay multiple of 4. So, ito. Ano bang last 2 digits sa 24,612? Ang last 2 digit is 12. So, is 12 a multiple of 4? So, paano mo malalaman kung multiple of 4 yan? So, pwede mo yan, example, pwede mo yan i-check kung multiple siya by 4. The fastest way to do is you divide 12 by 4. Okay? So, you divide that. If you can divide that na walang remainder. So, for example, 12 divided by 4 is actually 3. So, 3 times 4 is actually 12, and there's no remainder. Therefore, 12 is divisible by 4, and therefore, 4 is a multiple of, 12 is a multiple of 4. Okay? So, meaning to say, 12 is a multiple of 4. Ang last 2 digit natin. Therefore, 24,612 is divisible by 4. Okay? So, for example, meron tayong number 36,624. Okay? Anong last digit ng 36,624? The last 2 digits is 24. Now, you check. Is 24 a multiple of 4? Yes. Okay? Because when you divide 24 by 4, that is actually equals to 6. 24, 0 remainder. So therefore, 24 is a multiple of 4. So if the last 2 digit is a multiple of 4, therefore, your number is divisible by 4. Okay? So that is the rule for 4. Paano natin malalaman kung divisible ba ang number by 4? Tingnan nyo ang last 2 digits. Kung ang last 2 digits is a multiple of 4, then therefore, that number is divisible by 4. Madali lang, di ba? Madali lang. Hindi mo na kailangan i-divide. Hindi mo na kailangan i-divide si 36,624 by 4 or i-divide si 24,612 by 4. Titignan mo na lang yung last 2 digit niya. So, kung yung last 2 digit is a multiple of 4, okay? Or if you can divide it by 4 without any remainder, then therefore, that number is divisible by 4. Okay? So, let's go with the next number. Next number natin is 5. Si 5 kasi mabilis lang si 5, di ba? Si 5, ito lang yung condition ni 5. Paano mo malalaman kung ang number ay divisible by 5? Ito. Ang condition niya is if the last digit of the number is 0 or 5. So, dalawa lang. Titignan mo diretso agad sa number. Ano bang last digit niya? Okay, in this example, 22,505, the last digit is 5. So therefore, since the last digit ends in 5, therefore 22,505 is divisible by 5 because the last digit ends in 5. So any number that ends in 0, for example, meron kang 2,000 that ends in 0, therefore that is divisible by 5. Meron kang 5,555, that number ends in 5, therefore that is divisible by 5. So very easy ang 5. Tignan nyo lang, kung ang last digit niya ay 0 or 5, then therefore that number is divisible by 5. So kung ang last digit niya is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, then therefore that number is not divisible by 5. So remember that, only 0 and 5. Kung ang last digit ng number ay 0 and 5, that number is divisible by 5. Okay? So very easy. So let's go with the next number, which is number 6. Number 6 naman, so rule sa number 6 natin, divisible daw ang number by 6 if the number is both divisible by 2 and 3. Okay, so remember the word both. So meaning to say, dapat divisible siya sa 2 at saka sa 3. Hindi pwede divisible by 2 lang, tapos hindi divisible by 3. Then, kung isa lang ang divisible niya, then therefore hindi siya divisible by 6. So the condition is dapat divisible siya by both, by 2 at saka kay 3. So alam naman natin yung method, yung rule natin sa 2. Pag si 2 kasi, malalaman mo kung ang number ay divisible by 2 kung ang last digit niya, okay, last digit of a number, ay even number. Okay? So, how about 3? Yung rule naman sa 3, malalaman mo kung divisible siya by 3 if you are going to add, okay? If you're going to add all the digits of the number and the sum is divisible by 3, then therefore, that number is also divisible by 3. Okay, so if that number is divisible by 2 and divisible din siya by 3, therefore that number is divisible by 6. Okay, so let's try doing this example. We have example 468. So try natin, check natin, is this divisible by 2? Sabi natin, if you want to know kung divisible siya by 2, check the last digit. If the last digit is even number, then therefore that number is divisible by 2. So in this case, it is 8 and 8 is an even number, then therefore this is divisible by 2. Okay? 468 divisible by 2. How about 3? Is 468 divisible by 3? So let's add the 3 digits. So 4 plus 6 is 10 plus 8 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Can you divide 3 sa 18? Yes. Okay, walang remainder. When you divide 18 by 3, that will give you 6 and there is no remainder. Okay, so therefore 18 is divisible by 3 and therefore 468 is divisible by 6. Okay? So that is how you check kung divisible ba ang number by 6. You have to check kung divisible siya by 2 at saka divisible siya by 3. So if that number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then therefore that is also divisible by 6. Okay, very easy. So next is we have 8. Wala tayong rules on divisibility for 7. Walang specific rule si 7. Okay? So let's go with 8. Ang rule naman kay 8, okay? So, ang condition kay 8, divisible daw ang number by 8 kung ang last 3 digit is a multiple of 88, or 8, I mean. Okay? So, kung ang last 3 digits, ito, ano bang last 3 digit natin? Ito yung last 3 digit natin. So, last 3 digit ba ay multiple of 8? Paano mo malalaman kung ang 888 ay multiple of 8? You just divide, okay? Divide 888 by 8. So, this is 1, 8, 8, 1. Okay, so 8, bring down 8. That is also 1. And 8, there is no remainder. Therefore, 888 is multiple of 8 because when you divide 888 by 8, that will give you a whole number which is 111. Okay, so walang remainder. So therefore, 32,000, okay, so 32,888 is divisible by 8 kasi ang last 3 digit is a multiple of 8. So we can only use this rule kung ang number mo ay may 3 digits or more. Okay? Kasi yung rule natin is you have to look into the last 3 digits. So kung ang number ay 2 digits lang, hindi yung kasama dito sa rule of divisibility natin. Kasi ang condition binibigay only if meron siyang last 3 digits. So kung 2 digits lang yung number natin, hindi kasama dito sa rule. So this is only for those na merong number 3 digits and above. Okay? So pwede natin gamitin ang rule sa divisibility for number 8. Now, let's proceed with number 9. The rule for number 9, para malaman mo kung divisible by 9 siya, if the sum of the digits is also divisible by 9. Okay? So, similar siya with the rule of 3, di ba? Ang rule of number 3, malalaman mo kung divisible siya by 3 if you add all the digits, okay? At ang sum niya ay divisible by 3. So, in this case, ang ano naman is ang sum niya, sum of all the digits is divisible by 9. So, kung divisible by 9 siya, therefore divisible by 9 yung number. Okay, so let's try. Given 909, so 9 plus 0 plus 9, that is actually equals to 18. Is 18 divisible by 9? Yes, because when you divide 18 by 9, that will give you 2 and there's no remainder. So therefore, 18 is divisible by 9. Okay? So, kung divisible ang sum ng tatlong digits by 9, therefore, the number is also divisible by 9. So, therefore, 909 is divisible by 9. Okay? So, next is we have the last. Ito, pinaka-easy din. Okay? Aside from 5, ito, easy din ang 10. Madali lang. Okay? Of course, ang 10, pwede din natin ma-implement itong rule sa 2 digits and above. Okay, so 2 digits or more. So 10, if the last digit is 0. Okay, yun lang ang condition niya. Lahat ng number that ends in 0, yung last digit niya ay divisible by 10. So lahat, kahit ilang numbers pa yan, 6, 6, 6, okay, 7, 7, at saka ang last number is 0, last digit. Therefore, that is divisible by 10. Okay? So yun, very easy ang 10, di ba? All you have to do is look at the last digit. If it's 0, that is divisible by 10. If it is not 0, then therefore that is not divisible by 10. Okay? So those are the rules on the divisibility. So meron tayong mga simple example exercises din natin. Okay? Alamin kung itong number ba to ay divisible by 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. Okay? So may exercises tayo dito. We have 3 exercises here for you to practice. Okay? Kasi sabi ko nga, basta numerical ability, all you have to do is practice, 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 practice. Okay? Pag kayo'y nasanay na, naalala niyo mga rules, mabilis lang po mag-answer ng mga mathematic questions natin pag kayo ay sanay na, because you keep on practicing. Okay? So, let's do some exercises. To what numbers are the following numbers divisible to? So, i-check natin kung divisible ba siya by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So, let's try with 35,505. So, 35,505, sabi, i-check natin kung divisible siya by 2. Last digit niya is hindi even number. So, therefore, hindi siya divisible by 2. Okay? So, hindi siya. Kasi sabi natin, it is divisible by 2 kung ang last digit niya ay even number. So, since 5 is an odd number, therefore, 35,505 is not divisible by 2. How about 3? So, sabi natin, if you sum of the digits, okay? And, okay, so check natin. How about 3? Sum of the digits. 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 0 plus 5, that is actually 8, plus 5, that is 13, plus 5, that is 18. Okay, is 18 divisible by 6, by 3? Yes, because when you divide 18 by 3, that will give you actually an answer of 6, and there's no remainder. So therefore, it is divisible by 3. Okay, next, is it divisible by 4? Ano yung rule natin kung i-check natin kung divisible siya by 4. Sabi sa rule natin, the number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits is a multiple of 4. So, last 2 digit natin, ang last 2 digit natin ay 0.5. Okay? So, 0.5 is not a multiple of 4. Okay? Because 5, hindi siya multiple of 4. So, therefore, ang 35,505 is not divisible by 4. So, let's try and check. Is this divisible by 5? What is the last digit? Ang rule natin kung divisible by 5, if the last digit ends in 0 or 5. So since this number ends in 5, therefore, this number is also divisible by 5. Next, how about 6? Is this divisible by 6? Sabi, kung malalaman mo kung divisible siya by 6, kung ang number na yan is also divisible to both 2 and 3. So since hindi siya divisible by 2, therefore hindi siya divisible by 6. Okay? Kasi ang condition dapat divisible by 3 at saka divisible by 2. Okay, so let's move on. Hindi siya divisible by 6. How about 8? Ano yung rule natin? Sabi natin sa divisibility sa 8, if the last 3 digit is a multiple of 8. Okay, what is the last 3 digit? Ang last 3 digit natin is 505. Is this a multiple of 8? Let's try and check. Okay, divide natin. Okay, so if we are going to divide this 500, so you have 6, that is equals to 48, 2, okay? So can it be? Okay, may remainder tayo, okay? So, 25, may remainder, hindi pwede. Okay, so therefore, this is not divisible by 8. Next is, how about 9? Is this divisible by 9? Sabi sa rule on divisibility for 9, you have to sum up all the digits. Okay? Kung ang digit is divisible by 9, then therefore, that is also divisible by 9. Okay? So, dito meron na tayo na answer. Na-sum up na natin yung lahat ng digits. And we have already an answer of 18. And 18, when you divide 18 by 9, that will give you a whole number 2. Walang remainder. So therefore, 18, ang sum of the digits is divisible by 9. Therefore, 35,505 is also divisible by 9. Okay, how about 10? So sabi natin sa rule, divisible lang siya by 10 if the number ends in 0. So in this number, it ends in 5. Therefore, it is not divisible by 10. Okay? So very easy, di ba? All you have to do is remember all those divisibility rules. Okay? So next, let's have another example. How about 201? So sa 201 natin, 200,001 I mean. Okay? 201. 200,001. Okay? Hindi siya divisible by 2 because ang last digit doesn't ends in the even number. Okay? Hindi rin siya, how about 3? Okay, so kung i-sum up natin all the digits. Okay, 000 yan. Sum up, shortcut na lang natin. That is 3. Therefore, divisible ang sum niya by 3. Therefore, divisible ito by 3. Okay, lalagay ko na lang dito, ha? Okay, what else? Divisible siya by 3. How about 4? Sabi natin, ang rule sa 4, divisible lang siya kung ang last 2 digits niya ay divisible by 4. Okay, so since ang last 2 digit niya ay 0, 1, hindi siya divisible by 4. About 5, hindi rin. Because sa rule of 5, divisible only kung 0 at saka 5 ang last digit. So in this case, it ends in 1. So hindi siya divisible by 5. Hindi rin siya divisible by 6 because hindi siya divisible by 2. Ang condition kasi, divisible by 6 siya kung siya ay divisible by 2 at saka divisible by 3. Okay, only divisible by 3 siya, pero hindi divisible by 2. So therefore, hindi siya divisible by 6. How about 8? Okay. So 8, hindi rin kasi ang last 3 digit ay dapat multiple of 8. So 200,001 is not divisible by 8. How about 9? Of course, ang sum natin is only 3, then therefore that is not divisible by 9. How about 10? Of course not, because it ends in 1. Ang rules of divisibility for 10, kung ang last digit mo ay 0. Okay? So therefore, ang 200,001 is only divisible by 3. Okay? So, hindi siya divisible by other numbers, but only divisible by 3. Okay, so we have one last example here, exercise to practice the divisibility rules. Okay, so we have 134,460. Okay, so let's check. Is this divisible by 2? Okay, yes, because it ends in 0. Sabi natin kanina is if the last digit ends in an even number or 0, that particular number is divisible by 2. Okay, so therefore, this is divisible by 2. How about 3? Is this divisible by 3? Okay, let's sum up the digits. So, isa-sum up natin 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6. Hindi ko na lang i-add yung 0. So, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 6 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes, because when you divide 18 by 3, okay, that will give you 6. So, therefore, this is also divisible by 3. What else? Is it divisible by 4? Sabi sa rule of 4 natin, okay, so dapat ang last 2 digits is a multiple of 4. So, paano mo malalaman kung siya ay multiple of 4? You can do by dividing 60. Okay, 60 divided by 4, that is 1. 4, bring down 2, bring down 2, that is 5. Okay, so 20, there's no remainder. Therefore, 60 is a multiple of 4. Okay, because you can divide 60 by 4 and there's no remainder. So therefore, 134,460 is also divisible by 4. How about 5? Sabi sa rule of divisibility for 5, if it ends in 0 or 5, therefore that is divisible by 5. So therefore, it is divisible by 5. How about 6? Okay, so sabi sa rule of divisibility, kung ang number ay divisible by 2 at saka sa 3, 6 is also divisible. Okay, so therefore, nakita naman natin na divisible ang number by 2, divisible din siya by 3. Therefore, this number is also divisible by 6. Okay, dali lang. How about 8? So, check natin kung divisible by 8 siya. Okay, so sabi, ang last 3 digits, okay, kung divisible by 8 ba siya. So, let's try divide. 460 divided by 8. Okay, that will actually give us 5, which is 40, 6, 60. Okay, so 60 divided by 8. Okay, so when you divide 60 by 8, that will give you actually 9. Okay, so 8, that will give you actually 7. Okay. Okay, so there's a remainder, di ba? Okay, because that is 56 only. Okay, there's a remainder of 4. Remainder natin 4. Okay, so therefore, that is not divisible by 8. How about 9? Is this divisible by 9? So sabi sa rule of divisibility for 9, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, therefore, the number is also divisible by 9. So if you divide 18 by 9, that will give you 2. Therefore, walang remainder. And therefore, that is divisible by 9. Okay? So 134,460 is divisible by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, by 6, at saka by 9. Okay? So that is how you find a number kung siya ay divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hindi pala 7. 8 and 9 and 10. Okay, so those are the rules. So always remember those rules and it will be very easy for you to determine if that number is divisible by a certain number. Meron kasi mga questions sa civil service, for example, word problem. Okay, so minsan meron given number, kung meron siyang this number of cars, pwede ba niya ito i-divide into 2? Okay, bibigay niya sa 2 tao. O meron siya a cake, pwede ba niya i-divide itong cake into a given number of persons, ganun. Okay, so yun, ginagamit natin yung rules of divisibility doon sa mga problems na ganun. But anyway, gagawin po natin mga videos on word problem that is related to divisibility. Okay, so if you have any comments, feel free to comment below. Okay, kung may mga suggestions kayo, sabihin nyo lang. Okay, gagawa natin. Kung may mga videos nyo na gusto nyo gawin namin, feel free to comment po. Don't forget to like and subscribe po. Okay, please subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.